question of whether or not that secondary can hold up. And I've got some concerns about that when we're trying out guys like Antoine Brooks and Arthur Mullett at training camp, Bob.
Yeah, according to...
Or is it Mollett? I never get that right. Is it Mollett?
I've heard both. So before I go on the air with it, I'm going to ask him, hopefully, and I think it's Mollett, but I'm not sure. It's not Mullet, but it's Mollett. Anyway, you talked about some of the new guys coming in and some of the concerns you may have. Mike Tomlin said today he's going to play Najee Harris in every game. It depends on how much they play him, and that's going to be the question. But I think it's a good move to make sure younger guys play. You see it on the offensive line, I think even in his case. Now, the problem is it is a long season, and we've often talked about rookie walls. How much do you play him in game number one, for that matter, all 4 games?
Well, I want him to play behind the starting offensive line. And it sounds like the only 2 guys that are going to be available for the Hall of Fame game of that starting 5 are Kendrick Green and Trey Turner. The other tackles, Banner and Chooks. In Banner's case, it makes sense because you're bringing him back slowly from that torn ACL. I don't know what the heck's going on with Chooks as he tries to relearn left tackle. And Kevin Dotson's dinged up. And for me, Kevin Dotson's got to be the leader, only in his second year and is a 4th-round pick. But I think he's got to be the guy on that offensive line this year. So I want to get Najee Harris in the rhythm of playing in NFL games. I want him to get him used to it. I want him to be acclimated to the point where, he's not a deer in headlights once we get to week 1 against the Bills. But, Bob, I don't know how much – what's he going to do? Learn how to run behind a patchwork line and no holes when you've got guys like Dan Moore playing left tackle? And I don't know how much that really does for Najee Harris. So, yeah, I want him to play, but I'd like for him to run behind the line that's going to be out there with him in week 1.
Yeah, I would agree with that. By the way, I just want to update the Pirates situation. Hoy Park made a big impression just moments ago with a bases-clearing triple in Milwaukee. They were down 4-0, had no hits through 6, I believe it was, when Adrian Hauser had over 100 pitches, and all of a sudden the Pirates have taken a 5-4 lead. Not that it matters. But Hoy Park's one of those guys that they brought over, and I don't know how they even got anything for Clay Holmes, but they did. Andrew, tonight we saw, and I want to get to this if we can, it's the TriState Office Furniture tweet of the night. We may as well do it now because I'm talking about it. And that comes from MLB Pipeline, and it's in his 3rd at-bat, 2-run home run, what a pro debut for Henry Davis. So these things are going to happen. I don't know how much you can read into them because you can get fooled before. We've been fooled by different guys who look like they're going to be long-term Pirates, and they never seem to get that. But I guess at this point, this is the only direction they can go, and it's encouraging to see young players get an opportunity and play.
Well, we had Jason Mackey on our show yesterday, Bob, and he said he believes that Bob Nutting is going to pay for free agents this time. That once they get the younger guys up here, it won't be a repeat of what happened in 2016 when after 98 wins, they shed payroll and brought in guys like Ryan Vogelsong and John Neese. That he doesn't think, this is Jason Mackey now, Pirates insider, that Ben Cherington would take a job like this without having a handshake deal with Bob Nutting. Now, I don't know about that. I got to see it to believe it.
Me too.
But if that's, I think there's a lot of questions about why Cherington would come here, given the fact that he's won a World Series, is one of only 4 World Series winning general managers right now active in baseball, has a very good resume. Why would he come to Pittsburgh to work for a guy that told him you got to do it on a $50 million budget? You would think somebody like Ben Cherington, Bob, would have had better options out there than that.
Well, but there are only so many of those jobs around. This one means you're at the very rock bottom. Anything you do will be good, and you should bring in talent. That talent should develop. If it gets to the point where he does face that dilemma, we're going to find out if that's true or not. But again, I am like you. I want to see it before I believe it. We're going to talk about that and more. We got a lot of people on the lines, Andrew, so call us, 412-575-2600. We're just getting started. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here live on Pittsburgh CW.